What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Triple H confuses fans with the World Heavyweight title plans, Roman Reigns' plans going forward, an ex-superstar done with Impact, will he be back in WWE, a scratched WWF logo shown since 2002 and WWF blurred it, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. As always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a strong go-home show. A Smackdown delivered a strong go-home show last night, despite this being a lame duck show. The WWE could have phoned things in since this is the last week on Smackdown for several superstars, but it chose to use his roster effectively. It also capitalized on the LWO's incredible popularity to forward two of Backlash's biggest bouts, but didn't limit the hype to those two. Number 2, a hot crowd. The fans in San Juan were on fire, no doubt excited about Saturday's PLE, but also enthusiastic to see some favorites, including hometown heroes Bad Bunny and Zelina Vega. Crowds like this can make a major difference in how a show seems, taking an average show and making it even better. With the WWE's popularity on the rise, expect to see hotter crowds like this more frequently, as fans are actually excited to see the product rather than throw a beach ball around. Number 3, a huge hoss fight. The Viking Raiders vs the OC was a predictable hoss fight that included lots of fierce fighting between the two of WWE's biggest teams. As mentioned, this was predictable because Eric and Ivar counted the lights yet again. It's unfortunate that the WWE is missing the opportunity to create some hot feuds involving the Viking Raiders. They also missed this with a mini program between the Raiders and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, as well as the Raiders and Strowman and Ricochet. It doesn't look like any programs with the OC will be any different, which is a missed opportunity, as both the Raiders and the Good Brothers will be out of the tag title picture unless SmackDown creates a tag title of its own now that the Undisputed Tag Team Championship is on Raw. Number 4, Cody cuts another fiery promo. Another fantastic promo from the American Nightmare, who has fed off the captivated crowd and promised to beat some answers out of Brock Lesnar for why he attacked him. As usual, Rhodes got everyone pumped up and his gift of the gab is undeniable. The only problem is that Cody will have to come through on his promos or fans will turn on him. Nobody likes a babyface who promises big things and delivers little or nothing. If Lesnar steamrolls over Cody, as see our predictions video for our picks on the show's winners, it'll be difficult to take Rhodes seriously. Number 5, a magnificent mixed tag match. The LWO's popularity cannot be understated, and the WWE wisely used them in the main event with a mixed tag match to remind fans that Zelina Vega is more than the group's manager. It's unfortunate that they aren't pushing the Dominic vs Rey feud further after the draft, but they shouldn't let that stop a push for the LWO. The faction is over and has the skills to present themselves as formidable competitors if the WWE gives them a sustained push though. Last night's win over the Judgment Day was a step in the right direction, but the WWE needs to do much more to take advantage of a faction who clearly resonates with the fans. And Solo speaks. Now, it's not that often that the Bloodline Solo Sikoa speaks, but the Street Champion said much with a few words, glaring menacingly as he told the Usos he'd hold up his end of the bargain if their match against KO, Sami Zayn and Matt Riddle, and that they'd better hold up theirs. What was particularly noticeable and a bit tragic was that Solo's face seemed to betray that he knows what he has to do if Jay and Jimmy come up short. Details like this are what makes the Bloodline drama so riveting. But that was a good, what about the bad? As number 1, is Karrion Kross finished? Another loss for Karrion Kross, and fans have to wonder what the future looks like for a wrestler who is quickly entering Baron Corbin territory. Although to Kross's credit, he still has a lovely Scarlett by his side. Fans may blame Vince McMahon's return for Kross's fall from grace, but his push has been hot and cold since Triple H brought him back. Kross can't win big matches, and the WWE doesn't seem to have any plans for him, which is all the more disappointing when you remember WWE teased a program between him and Roman Reigns. And number 2, Baron Corbin vs Cameron Grimes, unbridled excitement. And WWE really doubled down on the intensity from last night's show by booking a sense-shattering match between newcomer Cameron Grimes and Baron Corbin for next week. While Grimes fans are undoubtedly excited to see his much-anticipated arrival to the main roster, booking him against Baron Corbin is about as basic as you can get. Now, we're going to say that this doesn't bode well for Grimes, as it's way too early to make any predictions. Nonetheless, it doesn't seem like WWE put much thought into Cameron Grimes' debut. That was nothing downright ugly, as Smackdown was an exciting lead into Backlash, but a show that also delivered what fans expect to see every week, entertaining matches along with interviews and segments to build or forward storylines. What do you guys think of the blue brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Triple H confuses fans. Atop of today's news is an announcement concerning how the WWE will crown its new world champion for Raw. Now, in case you haven't heard, the WWE is crowning a new world champion for the Red brand due to Roman Reigns' limited title defenses, a situation which Triple H has said robs the fans of a chance to see frequent title defenses. The game spoke about the World Championship during the press conference for Backlash, saying there will be 2 triple threat matches on Raw, with the winners taking each other on the end of the night to determine who will represent Raw. The same thing will happen on Smackdown. Those 2 winners from Raw and Smackdown will then go on to battle at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia on May 27th to determine a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The game's announcement raises the question why wrestlers from Smackdown are competing for a championship that was specifically designed for Raw. Does the WWE feel there aren't enough legitimate contenders on the Red brand to fill out these matches? And there may be cause for concern that the WWE is already changing things up after recently announcing the new belt. What do you guys think of this twist though? Who should be in the final? We'd definitely love to see Seth versus AJ Styles in the finals. That would make for an incredible match. Next up, Roman Reigns' future plans. And now that WWE is opted to have Roman Reigns exclusively defend the Undisputed Championship on SmackDown, which members of the Blue brand are going to challenge him? Well, that remains to be seen, but Dave Meltzer recently speculated on the possibilities based off SmackDown's roster once the WWE draft goes into effect. Roman Reigns is the king of the brand, and Lashley looks like his biggest opponent left, with people like Edge, Styles, Mysterio and Sheamus in spots where they could also work with him. As we mentioned in yesterday's video, Roman is advertised for both Night of Champions and Money in the Bank, but it's unknown whether he'll defend the title or perhaps compete in a different type of match. Next up, All-In ticket sales continue to grow. It's great news for AEW's upcoming All-In show at Wembley Stadium this summer. AEW President Tony Khan tweeted on Friday that thanks to amazing support from our fans, AEW All-In in London Wembley Stadium has sold 60,000 tickets for £6.1 million, also $7.7 million. This is one of the greatest success stories in wrestling history. There are still great seats that are on sale now. See you all on 27th August 2023. This is an amazing number of tickets, and it's likely to grow as tickets go on sale to the general public today. Next up, Tag Team Champions defend a title in a dark match. Hey, if you haven't heard, LA Knight wasn't the only superstar who competed in a dark match after Smackdown went off the air. Ringside News is reporting that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defended their WWE Women's Tag Team Championship against Dakota Kai and Bayley. The 2 teams will meet up again on next week's Raw when Morgan and Rodriguez put the belts on the line again. This arrangement isn't unusual, as the WWE often uses dark matches to prepare wrestlers for TV and PLE bouts. Next up, Matt Cardona done with Impact. Is WWE next? Matt Cardona is officially finished with Impact Wrestling. Well, at least that's the report from Fightful Select, which noted, Fightful has learned that Cardona is finished with Impact Wrestling for the time being. Cardona had worked with Impact for over 2 years without a contract, and the company was hopeful to ink him into a deal that would guarantee dates. While Cardona was happy with the idea of maintaining the agreed upon dates, but preferred to do it on the same handshake deal they'd had prior, however, that wasn't made an option. You may recall rumours that Cardona was weighing on a return to the WWE. This talk intensified after his wife Chelsea Green signed with the company. However, while Cardona hasn't ruled out a WWE return, he's also repeatedly said he's happier than ever where he is in his career right now. Fightful Select added that Impact is looking to have wrestlers sign contracts. Nonetheless, sources familiar with the situation said there was no drama between Impact and Cardona, and the 2 sides are open to doing business together in the future. Cardona has been adamant that he'd be open to returning, but on a handshake deal again. Do you think Cardona will return to the WWE? Would you guys like to see him return to Titanland as Zack Ryder? And finally, the scratched WWF logo is shown since 2002. Last but not least, it's often been said that anything can happen in the WWE, but as Bad Bunny's segment confirmed last night, there's one thing that won't happen, showing the WWE's old school WWF logo. They had to blur out Bad Bunny's jacket because it had the logo the WWE is prohibited from using due to its settlement with the World Wildlife Federation over a dispute over the World Wrestling Federation's use of the WWF initials in the international markets. What do you guys think of the news and Smackdown this week? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.